Sit down.
It doesn't. Why, thank you. Oh, welcome to Chip Chat Comedy Podcast. Oh my God, we are here today. We just drove through sleet and wind and rain and puddles and flooding, and we are here, but we're a little late. Carrie Carabas is here. Carrie decided to go natural today.
I didn't decide, Patty. My hair decided.
Well, I think it's good.
You should see my bush.
I'm afraid.
It's very Captain Caveman.
All right.
I like it.
And then we have two great guests, and they are both repeat offenders.
Yes.
We have Marla Schultz.
Hello.
Sitting to my right, comedian Marla Schultz and comedian Veronica Mosey.
Hello,
Very
everybody.
funny women.
Very
Very
funny.
ladies.
I like them because they don't give a shit. They have their big mouths. I mean, is that an okay thing to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
A
I was
little
just
bit.
telling your story about when you did a whole thing in front of Orthodox crowd.
What
It's a
did you do
great
in front of the
story.
Orthodox- Oh, tell us.
It was the biggest bomb. Andy Pitts was there, and he said if
Did he
somebody
do well?
he didn't
Is that
go
Andy
on.
Costola?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Did
He
he
changed-
become Jewish or something to be get
No,
more
he changed-
gigs?
He had a. No. I think there was something about his dad. He was estranged from his dad for a while or something like that, and then he changed his name back to his dad's name. So now you can all feel like a bunch of bitches.
I think he went to, he had three different names, right? First
Andy
he st-
Bastola, and then it was Andy Vola because it was
Andy
people could
vasectomy.
listen. Be nice. He's a friend. I like him.
I like him too. He's very
We're
nice.
saying we don't like him.
You guys are bitches.
We're
I
not
can
saying
make fun of him. That doesn't mean I don't like
I
him.
know. I'm just
I
kidding.
make
Anyway,
fun of my husband. I still fuck him.
it's true.
You know
Go
what?
ahead.
Having a big bush is my husband's fantasy.
Yes,
'cause
my
he-
husband loves it too.
What are you
but
talking
he is
about?
like a mango diver.
Loves the bush.
You're
Loves
kidding
the
me.
Really?
bush.
You know what's cool too is the fact that it's low maintenance.
Very low maintenance, but you got it.
He doesn't mind if it goes beyond like the underwear line. He's like,
Really?
it's,
Is he
oh, I could
Spanish?
fucking be all
Is he
over-
Spanish?
No, it's he's Italian. But I think the first woman he slept with was like 50, and he was like 17.
Or what about 70s, 80s porn? That's
Yeah.
when it was like really into
It
big
was
bushes.
I think my husband doesn't give a shit what he's fucking as long as he's fucking something.
I think my fiance would be very upset if I grew my bush out full blast. That would be very
Really? Well,
disturbing to
too
him.
fucking bad. If you want a trimmed bush, marry her.
Yes, I
true.
second that.
Yes, it's coming.
And we have to do the paperwork. The paperwork is critical.
Oh, yes. I'm going to
Yes.
do the paperwork.
Gotta
I
do the
promise.
paperwork.
Wait, I just have a quick question because Adam Hineker, we're here, by the way, live at the comic strip. Adam Hineker from the Rec Room. Can I just ask you very quickly, big bush, small bush, or you don't care? Whatever comes your way. Get on the mic.
I don't have a mic.
Oh,
Okay, so you
Come
big
to my
or-
mic.
Get over here and lean over Veronica. She'll love it.
I will.
I started my career with bush,
Big bush.
Big bush?
moderate bush.
How old? How old was
How
the
old?
bush?
That was the older lady?
16. Well, I was 16, and
She
was
was-
also 16.
Oh, okay. And she had a giant bush.
She had a bush.
Well, you know,
Not
at
a
16,
giant
you
bush.
don't know you have to trim it down.
Yeah, you
to
don't
the
know
size.
that.
I would prefer
Trimmed.
no, not. we
None,
call, yeah.
none.
Okay, that's
I mean, that's
wrong.
usually.
That you're a pedophile.
Yes.
No, no.
Get
Then
out!
go fuck a baby.
Yes.
That's what I think.
I just think
Become a pedophile and call it a day.
if I grow out, well, not anymore, but in my day, it would go all over the place.
Up to the belly button.
Oh, I had that all
Patty,
electrolyzed off.
after a certain age, let's be honest, nothing's growing.
It doesn't grow down there anymore.
No.
It's just a little bit.
The very little
Is it
bit.
like a tumbleweed?
Not even. Not
2
even.
or 3 white wiry hairs? Like, you
I
know,
don't even get-
it's
I get,
almost sad looking.
I love how we've
Yeah.
immediately gone to bush conversation.
Yeah, why not? Who brought that up?
I'm
Somebody.
sorry. I did. I heard Bush and something.
Marla.
I went. Yeah.
So what's the gig? So what happened? Andy Pistola, who we all like, we're making fun of his name.
I know.
Pistola.
We all love.
It was a matzo ball, Jewish gig. I was at Caroline's, had a great set. Went up to Stand Up New York. This guy shows up and he's like, "Are you the Gail comic?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, there's a lot of things you can't talk about. You can't say the A word, the B word. Don't talk about Obama because I'm going to talk about Obama." And they introduced me, and I get up and I said something about, I said, oh, I'm wearing my skinny jeans or something. Oh, no, I went out in Los Angeles, and I went to the gynecologist, and she said, you're the perfect candidate for liposuction. And I said, Doc, are you saying I have a fat vagina? Like, it was like, get the girl comic off the stage. And then the other side was like, leave the girl comic. And my therapist was in the audience. So I said, you make me embarrassed to be Jewish. And I go, what? You want this not without my daughter bullshit? And that was it. And I got off stage.
You got off the stage.
Oh, yeah. It was like I was blazing guns. I was like, and I got off.
Oh,
yeah.
my God. And now, wait a minute. Did you get paid?
Yeah, I got paid.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I
Screw
got
them.
What offended him? Your bush or the
vagina?
Vagina. Mentioning
The
a vagina.
Saying the
That
word vagina.
that word can send anybody over the edge.
Yeah, but I was like kind
You
of
should have
pushing.
said pussy.
Yeah, but
You're
fat
right.
vagina is a funny.
I think a vagina is
Funny
way
word.
better to say if you're not supposed to be dirty than the P word.
Yeah.
I thought it's clinical. Like
Well, I do a vagina
We're
joke.
just talking about this.
I didn't steal
I
it.
got a new vagina joke. The joke
Let's
is,
hear
I
it.
wrote it
Hear
the
it.
other night. I go,
Let's hear.
well, you know, after you have a baby, it doesn't look the same down there. It's not, a person just fucking climbed out of your crotch, right? So I go, I had a tattoo of what my vagina used to look like right next to my vagina. So when the guy goes down there, he's like, oh, I'm like, no. Look to the left. Look to the left. That's
my
what
favorite.
That's and then he's
That
like
is
tough to get in.
funny.
You know, it's funny we're
Fabulous.
talking about this because
Yes.
I just wrote a bit based on a real life experience. I was at the park. And this woman yells out to her son. She goes, "Timmy, what's wrong with your penis?" And I was like, "Oh!" And then I was like, "This woman should be embarrassed. You know what I mean? She should say
Why
pee-pee.
would she say that?
She should say pee-pee." Anyway, so what happened was, I had a friend of mine who's
Wait,
a
was he holding his pee-pee?
He was like scratching or something, right?
Okay, maybe it's bugs.
But I was like, you have to yell penis across the park. Just hear me out first.
Okay.
So one of my friends is a social worker. She said, you really should teach, because my daughter calls her thing a coochie, right? Or her
Not better. I don't
coochie,
think.
but her friend calls it her front butt, which I think is amazing. Which would be great merch, wouldn't it? Front
Yes.
butt. I love front butt. But anyway,
Coochie sounds like what you call like come here to the stripper, give me your coochie.
Or how
Coochie.
about coochie.
Yeah.
wait a minute. Maybe when you were stripping, they call it a coochie. I don't know who calls it a coochie. I think pussy's more popular. Anyway. So she said you should call it by its like legitimate genital name because just in case, God forbid, something happens and there's like a court situation or whatever. And I was like, so what's going to happen? My daughter's going to go and she's gonna be like, the janitor touched my coochie. They're like, mistrial. This is too vague. We don't know what she's talking about.
Is that in your act?
Yeah,
That's funny.
I just put it in because
That's very
because I
funny.
really feel it. I'm like, why do there's this big push now by parents to be this whole like technical name of like take your like labia, vulva, all this
you know
stuff.
what? You know what? These new parents can go fuck themselves.
I know. That's true.
I'm over the whole
But see, you
political
would never-
correct.
right.
I'm
and
right
that
there
whole
with you.
Fucking
But the whole
nonsense.
thing is that, yeah, I know. Let's do a cheers to
Wait,
that.
And
cheers.
you know what? You know
Can we
what's
just say
amazing?
Carrie,
Yeah. Here's what's
Patty,
amazing.
Veronica?
They're
Cheers.
drinking champagne.
We're all
Carrie
fucking
and I.
fabulous.
We're
okay.
living in the most barbaric times.
Agreed.
Okay, and we have to be politically correct. Go fuck yourself.
I feel the same way.
Oh my God.
Same way.
Calm down, Missy.
You know what? I was telling Veronica, I had a set Sunday night. Patty and I worked together. I had a great set. Come
can I
here.
just say, by the way, coming off her standing ovation in Florida, Marla Schultz.
Nice.
Standing
Nice.
ovation.
My first.
Is that your first?
And all
my
these years?
first.
Really?
It's wonderful.
My first.
Very funny.
I think
I-
I got one,
I-
and it was all
I
lesbian
actually
show.
had a
Oh.
standing
So it was suspect.
ovation.
When
One
was-
guy stood up.
Oh, come
but I
on.
don't know if he was going to the bathroom or if he was actually standing up when I was actually getting off.
I bet it was a standing ovation.
Nah.
So I come here Sunday night, and the millennials, like I started doing stuff that works, for over 35, and they were like staring, like communicating hate through silent stares,
Yeah,
like
this room is
just
tough.
looking at me. And I was like, really?
You know what you got to do in this room? You got to not let them intimidate you because they might look at you the first couple and not go with you. You got to go.
No, this is a tough room.
You got to just keep leaning in.
I do.
And breathe.
When
and
when I do this room, when they do that to me, because they do that to me a lot in this room,
It's weird.
I go to them, I'm fat, motherfuckers, and so is he. See how it works? It's a joke. If I wasn't fat, there'd be no funny. I called the guy guy fat. He was 400 pounds. So I said, you're fat, I'm fat. We like to eat, right, bro?
And then everybody's like,
She called him fat, which she has no idea that he
She
is.
has no right.
You know
Isn't
why?
it
Because
sad?
we're living in a world. We're living in a world now where if there's a fat contestant on like American Idol, they'll be like, you just look so comfortable up there, and it's like that means you're singing really well for a fat girl. That's what they're saying.
But you're still allowed to make fun of fat and short people. Like that's the last two on the list before it becomes not.
well, now they call
verboten.
it fat shaming, and it's
What
like,
about Chrissy? What's her face from This Is Us? She's
Who's that?
humongous.
who's that?
Chrissy.
My 600-pound life?
No.
No, she
No.
did. That's where she was discovered.
Chrissy Teigen? Not Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Metz, her name is.
Yes.
Who the hell is that?
From This Is Us.
It's a network show.
The
It's a show.
Why do you all know this?
What are you
Is this
still
a kid's
watching?
show?
Like Sale of the Century.
I watch Antiques Roadshow.
Actually, we just watched that last night.
Did
It
you?
was
I
awesome.
love Antiques Roadshow. I love the folk art paintings. Anyway,
Chrissy Metz is from This Is Us, a pretty popular sitcom.
She looks
sitcom.
like a
She's
beanbag
drama.
chair
She
with
really
legs.
is like Grimace.
Yeah.
She's like Grimace.
big.
And people are like, it's so
big.
great. She's curvy. I'm like, she is not.
I hate when they
in
call
no
them
way
curvy.
is she the average woman. And I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm just saying.
and that's what they
She
call
literally
it.
is going to die in like 10 minutes.
Oh
She's
no, she's a
huge.
heart attack waiting to
Yeah,
happen.
well, that's why I hate when they say it's
She's
curvy.
like-
Remember Monique? When Monique would come out, she'd go, "Girl, I love my curves. I have curves. I love my curves."
It's one curve, Monique.
No, it's
Right.
rolls.
It's one curve, and it doesn't stop.
We're
And her
guys,
breathing,
we're shaming.
Her
We're
breathing
shaming.
was like this. And she go in between. It's like those aren't curves. And by you saying that to all these young girls who look up to you, everybody thinks, okay, it's okay to be totally obese and fucking be unhealthy and die. I don't think it's curves.
No.
I think it's fat. You
And
know?
listen, if you want to sponsor a diabetic drug, and be like the poster girl, then eat your face off.
Here's
Sure,
the
sure,
problem.
yeah.
I know I'm fat. Okay.
You're not fat, Carrie. Stop
I'm
it.
fat. I'm not as fat as some people, but I'm fat. I was 130 pounds at one point. I have baby pictures. No. And then after 40, I had my kids. I went up to 200 pounds with my second pregnancy.
Because you were
200.
pregnant.
200
From 130.
from 130.
But you were pregnant, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The baby was 3
Yeah, but
pounds.
70 pounds.
Here's the baby.
70 pounds is a lot.
This is the baby when it
Yeah.
came out. And you know what was weird? It's like we got on the scale the day I got to the hospital.
We.
Me and my husband. Well, I got on the scale.
Her and the baby.
Me and the baby. And then I gave birth. The next day I get on the scale. It was exactly the same. And I look at
Well, I know, because you always think you're. I loved it when Kate Middleton had her first kid and she came out of the hospital with that bump. And everybody's like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "Yeah, that's what happens after you have a kid. Your
Yeah,
stomach
it's
still
stretched
stays
out.
fat."
People ask me.
but
They
here's
said,
the
"Oh,
thing.
when is the baby due?"
Due.
I go, "I had the baby
Yeah, I just had
a
the
week
baby.
ago."
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I had it 13 years ago. So when they go, when is the baby due? I'm like, a couple more months.
It's just
Then they'll see me again. I'm like, it's still not coming out. It doesn't want to come out.
Yeah, you're like,
Baby's
I thought
stuck.
there was one of your kids going to college. Like, no, that's just.
But so I breastfed thinking,
they
You're
tell
gonna
you
lose
you're
the
going to
weight.
lose weight with breastfeeding.
okay,
That's
I
what they
breastfed everybody in the neighborhood. Not a pound came off. And then I went into menopause. And thank you very much. It stayed on.
Menopause is
now
the
it's
worst.
like, you know how the dog, you know when you get the dog fixed and it gets fat and then nobody likes the dog anymore? They're like, ugh, where's that cute little
They want
puppy?
the puppy. Of course they want
Everybody
the
wants
puppy.
the puppy. You turn into that fat dog.
Don't like
You're
that
not a
dog.
fat
that-
dog.
that
big
makes
fat
noise
dog
when
with
it walks in.
the nipples are always hard.
Yes.
Nope. I'm not going to let you
I'm
denigrate
just
yourself.
saying.
And the hair
Not.
gets matted down. It's not
Not.
And then the
shiny.
hair doesn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's no conditioner and humidity,
No,
and you got
I have
stuck
a
in the
very
rain.
true.
expensive conditioner in.
That's
Re-
with expensive conditioner.
I just don't know why I'm fat.
Well, we should talk about your hair because that's a bigger issue.
Yeah, that's
Although your hair could distract from your fat, you know.
It does.
Well, you know, I
No, but
noticed the fluffing, it gives her width out this way, and then this looks smaller.
Here's
going
the
in.
thing.
True.
though.
If you
You ever
make this
see-
super wide, no one's going to notice your giant fatness.
I have fat friends that think that their hair is taking away from their fat, and I have news for you. It doesn't.
It does.
You know what?
You're still fat.
You ever see fat guys? They used to do this more, but they don't do it so much anymore. The fat guys that was in the 90s, they would always wear those shirts with the black lines that go vertically down
the
front.
bowling
Like
shirt.
And they-
Steve, what's
and
his
they-
face? From the
Yeah,
Sopranos,
from
sorry.
They all those fat Italian guys would always wear those stripes down the front, thinking
Steve
that
Shrippa.
this is like making them look thin, but they just look like fat guys with big stripes.
Yeah,
you
just
know
like
what I mean?
bowling
But
guys.
it would camouflage their man titties.
This is true.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to go the other way.
No, you
No.
can't go horizontal.
No.
That's always a mistake.
Because my grandmother used to say a girl your size should never wear horizontal stripes.
Ah,
She did
that's
not say
awesome.
that to you.
I was tortured. I was a fat kid, and I had a lisp and a bad haircut, and yeah, I was a target.
That's a
Tell
very
this-
Jewish mother, Jewish grandmother.
Jewish grandmother.
They're mean.
Oh, but they would, how was the wedding? The bride wore a sleeveless dress. Her arms were the size of a side of beef. How was the food? When she grabbed the bouquet and threw her arms were reverberating for the rest of the wedding. I mean, was
Tell
like
the
that.
story what the gynecologist said to you when you went in there about your about getting your period and your weight. That's the funniest thing. Do you remember that?
Oh, because my sister developed before I did, okay? And she got her
Boobs?
boobs,
Oh, okay.
period. I was like flat. I said to my mother, Mom, I think I'm a hermaphrodite. What's wrong with me? They brought me to the doctor, and the doctor was like, smoking the cigarette. He had a big mole, and he was like, well, she's going to be built like a refrigerator until she's 22. So she'll probably get her period late. And my mother's like, don't worry, Cousin Ann got her period when she was 22. And I said, Cousin Ann is autistic. Like, that doesn't make me feel good. And I can't say that story anymore
Because
because
of autistic, because now you're mean.
Why?
You
You
know
can
what?
say
Back
autistic.
then, doctors. Let's go
Were
to
awful.
the doctor's back then.
What's
My
wrong, Adam?
doctor's office.
He's looking over like something's wrong.
Keep touching your mic. And it's
Who, me?
Stop touching it.
Oh, Carrie, stop touching your mic.
My doctor. But back then, doctors, whatever doctor said, it was, oh,
you're right. They're
right.
gods.
Okay, they were gods. I remember I got bit by a dog. I got attacked by whatever those giant dogs or Great Danes. Threw me down and he bit my arm. And now I'm
Kidding?
traumatized. Yeah, I was 8 years old. My sister runs me to the neighborhood doctor that was in his house.
So I hate house doctors.
And
I
I'm
hate that.
crying and crying. And I guess they had to give me a tetanus shot. And the nurse slapped me across the face. I was like,
What? Why?
Because you were crying.
because I was crying.
Wow.
Are you shitting me?
And then I was like this. Now, that would never happen today.
Are you
No way.
kidding? My
Now, if
No
she was
way.
alive today, I think I'd go there and slap her back.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did your father know it? It seems like this is something your father would like.
No, my father and mother were there. My sister was there. So, we got slapped and whatever. And I got the shot and then I went home crying. But the doctors back then, like, he was rude. He was like, she's going to be a fat slob. And he's smoking a cigarette, that pig. He probably didn't even know it. Back then, the test to be a doctor wasn't that hard.
Yeah, it was like, are you compassionate? Great. Here's your entrance into
Yeah.
medical
The answer
school.
should be no,
Welcome.
by the way. Should be
See,
no.
my father, if somebody bothered us, my father was crazy. My music teacher, Mrs. Fisk, said I stole something, which I didn't steal, and she said it in front of the assembly. My
Come
father
on, tell the
called
truth.
her-
We're here now. I can.
I
She's not.
swear,
She's probably
you,
not even alive.
You know how I am. I would never ever steal anything.
Okay.
And she said that I stole something from a store because she was there, and she said that girl stole something. And so my father called her up and said, he was fucking cursing at. He goes, you better apologize to my daughter at the next assembly. Say what you said was wrong. Blah 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 blah. And she did. She apologized because my father was like, he was
Hard-ass.
insane, Irish crazy Irish.
Yeah.
So he had his problems, but he would fight for you.
I stole a pair of pair of faded glories,
You did. How old were you?
bell bottoms. I was like 12. Meanwhile, we had money.
I believe you stole.
But my friend Lisa and I, and Emma, Lisa, and Emma, go into Pergament.
Whose idea? This had to be yours.
Pergament.
Sounds like a paint store.
No, it wasn't
It was
my.
a paint
it wasn't
store.
my idea. It was the older kids did it. We were like, let's do it.
So it was their fault.
So I took the faded glories and I wrapped them around my waist, and I put my jacket on. And my friend Lisa did the same thing, and we walked out the store.
Did you get caught?
Well, here's what happened. So we walk out and we start running, and Emma's like, "Come back! Come back! The girl wants her pants back."
What do you mean the girl
I
wants
hope
her
you
pants
dumped
back?
that girl.
Yeah.
Emma got us busted. She should have ran with us. They
What
wouldn't have
happened
caught
to
us.
you? You were kids. They let you
Yeah,
go.
they let you go.
Well, my mother came down. I got my ass kicked.
Oh, yeah.
No, did your mother hit you for real?
She didn't hit me, but she was like, she used to bite her hand and then pull her hair. So it was like, the harder she beat herself up, the more you're going to get
You
your
were in
ass
big
kicked.
trouble.
Greek.
My mother slammed the cabinet. She would be like, "Dee, God, dee, 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 dee,
My
dee."
mom would scream and yell, and then my dad would go, just really disappointed in you. And I was like, please
Oh,
hit
that's
me.
the
Can you hit me?
worst when they
I just want to
say
get
that.
the shit kicked out of me. Be so much better right now.
That is the worst. That
Still works today.
When my father found out I was naked in a play, that was what he said. And that's what was so sad.
What'd he say?
He was going to bring his friend to the show, and I said, you can't come to the show because I'm naked in the play.
Should have let him come.
And there's just this pause, and he goes, I'm so disappointed in you. Here's your mother. And then he hands the phone to Mom, and I'm like, Mom, is Dad like not
What
talking
if
to me?
he wouldn't have told you and surprised
Can
you?
you imagine how my father would have been, his head would have fucking
What was the
exploded.
show?
Gay Dracula.
Sounds like a real tour de force piece.
Yes.
That,
Actually, it was very funny.
he missed
It
out
was
on.
very funny.
Don't bite me on my titties,
Yeah.
regular.
Well, actually, no. My tits were to scare gay Dracula away because
Well, you had
instead
none.
of garlic scaring Dracula, it was the tits of a virgin. So I would rip open my shirt.
Well, you
and
had
go,
half that equation down.
Stop touching your mic.
I-
God damn it. You've been told 3 times now.
Yes,
Wow, Veronica Mosey means business. Did you
Come on.
girls ever steal?
I did
I
steal.
did too.
Oh
My
my God,
lip gloss.
I never
No,
steal.
I was
So-
12. Family, we drove down to
Your hands
Florida.
are going into the fucking
I'm
camera.
sorry.
It looks like you have a Goonie Google hand.
Okay,
What's a
I'm
Goonie
sorry.
Google?
This hand, that looks huge. Is that me or is that you?
No,
That's
it's
you,
Marla.
Marla. Marla, watch
I
your
told her
hands. You
that.
look like, oh my God, I have to tell you a funny story about that.
What?
That
What?
look
That
with
big
the hands.
hand.
Listen.
What happened to my thing?
It's frozen.
All right, go ahead. Tell your stealing
Can you
story.
fix it, Adam?
Fine, I got it.
So stealing, we go to, we stay at the Days Inn. We drive to Florida, Disney World. Okay, I find in my birthstone. It was $1.04. I stole it. I wrapped it up in tissue, stuck it into my suitcase. Got home and I started wearing my birthstone. It looked like a little fake diamond. My mother's like, "Where did you get that?" And I was like, "I bought it." She goes, "With what?" And I go, "Money." And she goes, "What money?" And I said, "Money." And she's like, "I had your money." And I said, "Okay." And then I was like, "I stole it! I stole it!" And I break down. She goes, "You're gonna write a letter to. We're gonna send the.
It's such a mom thing.
We're gonna send the ring back, and we're gonna figure out the tax." And it was $1.04.
Oh,
So
my
I
God.
taped 4 pennies, and I said, "Dear sir, I'm so sorry. I'm sending the ring and the $1.04 because I stole this. Please forgive me." And he wrote back, "Keep the ring. Here's your $1.04. More
Really?
kids should be more honest like
Oh,
that."
so
he
you got a
rewarded
reward.
you
He
for,
did,
for
and
being
so-
sort of bad.
Yes, and then
Well,
I
I would have
kicked
wrote
off.
back. It wasn't me.
Adam.
Here's the $1.04 again. It was my mother, the bitch.
Oh,
who-
that's funny. That's funny. But I got to keep
You'd
the
say
ring,
we
and
should-
I've been stealing ever since. Not getting
What
caught.
did you steal?
I stole. You know, I was thinking, Mark,
Veronica.
just turn back, angle your body more like this, only
Is
so
this
you're not in
better?
the way of the camera. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a better shot. Sorry, I
She's
just
looking out for you,
multiple
Bishop.
Thank you.
producer, director.
You know what?
Okay,
I hate being on the side.
no,
'cause I
no,
always
it's
look
it's
clunky.
good. It's good.
Okay.
No, you're not
No,
clunky.
you look good.
You look great.
Thanks.
My producer
you.
inside, I guess, if I ever do anything.
Thank you.
You're so fucking
So I
stupid.
sold Brock's candy. Remember Brock's? You could put a dime in. It was like, maybe I don't know if it was a Jersey thing.
Wait a minute.
It was like
diamond?
candy. It's candy, like little like
Troughs.
Yeah, troughs of candy, and you would put a dime in, and you were allowed to take 3 pieces of candy, and I took 3, and I didn't fucking put the dime in. And it was after church. And when I remember when I went home and I ate it, and I almost felt sick to my stomach. I was like, I'm a thief. And I actually, next time we went to the store, I put a dime in without taking candy.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
felt like I was, because God was always looming.
That's
Yes.
always how they get you when you're little. It's like the church and everything, and they would tell you that you were going to go to hell. And I stole an ice cream. 5 cents. Oh, there we go. 5 cents I stole an ice cream. But I literally went
19 what?
18.
1959. And I walked back to the store. Then I couldn't sleep. I was so guilty. And my mother's like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, I stole an ice cream. And she goes, "Just bring back the 5 cents tomorrow." And I just go up to the guy. It was Millie's Delicatessen. And I said, "Millie, I owe you
Was
5
George
cents
Bailey there? I'm
for
just
an
wondering.
ice cream." And she didn't ask me any
Mayberry.
questions. She was just like, "Thank you." Like nobody said, "Did you steal the ice
Yeah.
cream?" And I was just like, "Phew." Oh, and then I could like relax again.
My brother lives in Tennessee, and my nephew, when he was like, I don't know, 11 or 12, they come home from Walmart, and my nephew puts these spark plugs on the table. My brother's like, "Where'd you get those?" He's like, "Walmart," and he's like, "All right, we're gonna go back," and he brings the spark plugs back, and he goes into and he's like, my brother's like, "Don't you have something to say?" And my nephew's like, "I stole these," and the guy was like, "Oh, thank you so much. Would you like a cookie?" My brother's like, "No, that's not what the hell. Why did I drive back to do this?" Because when we were kids, my brother stole a pumpkin from a farm that we were right near in New Jersey where I grew up. And when he stole the pumpkin, my father brought him back, and then the farmer had him work it off on the farm for like 2 weeks.
No,
2
a
weeks?
pumpkin for 2 weeks.
What kind of pumpkin is
Nice
that?
pumpkins. Ashley's Turkey Farm in Flanders, New Jersey.
Are you
Fantastic
shitting
place.
me? What did he have to do with the pumpkin farm? What did he have to do?
Just work at the
Plow, pick up
not
horse
plow.
shit. Listen,
You know, like,
that's
just,
a
like,
little bit
stir
hard.
the
manure.
I could see a day,
Churn
a day's
butter.
pay.
No, a couple weeks. Because they're
A
expensive.
pumpkin is $2.
What do you mean a
It's
pumpkin is
expensive.
expensive?
Pumpkins are expensive.
Here's the
it's all the
thing.
hard
That's
work.
crazy.
I saw that movie. That movie where the kid stole, the mother and father both died, and the kid was taking care of his little sister, and they went and stole $5 from the register, but it had to have. This is a true story.
What movie is this?
Let me think. Too Young to Die it was called, I think. I don't. No, not Too Young to Die. Whatever. So he steals the $5 from the register of the convenience store, but it just so happened to be a post office as well. So it was a
Mark.
federal crime. You're stealing.
Ooh.
So now he went to jail at 14 or 15 years old. He went to Alcatraz. They beat him. Kevin Bacon played him, I think.
This is a true story.
Sleepers?
True story.
This is Sleepers?
And he ends up staying in jail for all his life.
Yeah.
For $5 to help his little sister because she got away with it. And they beat him. They put him in solitary confinement. And he ended up dying in jail. And it was such a sad story.
I think it's
Carrie.
It's Sleepers, I think.
That's a horrible story.
It's not Sleepers.
I'm really glad you brought the mood up. That was
yeah, I know,
awesome.
that was, okay,
I
let's
was
see.
like,
People
oh,
are
Don.
This came out of my
People
nose this morning.
People are commenting. Kevin, hi. Okay. Xavier, where's the Kevin and Blind Brian episode? Okay.
Oh, it's up. It should be up, right, Adam? It's up. You got to pay for it. It's not like
Oh.
us. We're
Why are you
freebies.
watching this?
Kevin said because people comment on what you're saying.
No, I'm saying why aren't they watching this and being riveted by this rather than saying like, where's the other
I
thing?
know.
Because that's what they do on other. They want to bring up it. Janice Powers, Kevin Sis is in the house.
Carrie,
Hello,
get that
Janice.
pink thing out of your face. You're too pretty. It's
Oh
covering.
yeah, Gladys Simon says she can't see your face with
Look.
the pink thing over you.
Oh, believe me. Believe
Wait,
me.
wait! I want to tell you a story. Listen. So I was on Oprah right when I was younger.
I
And-
remember
What do you mean
that.
on her? Like
Well,
on her
not
physically?
on her. No. On the show,
What'd you do
but
on Oprah?
it was this stupid thing. It was we actually Skyped in, but Oprah. We got to talk to Oprah. I was like, so, remember when she was really into Skype?
No.
Yes. I remember.
All right.
I wasn't a big Oprah fan.
Yeah. Well.
All right.
So what happened was I'm on we're Skyping in talking about sex toys. They sent us like $250 worth of sex toys to
Oprah
try
did?
out.
Oh.
Oprah?
They had a show about like
How old
sex
were you,
and
12?
women. Yeah, this is my mom was the one who submitted me, but I was probably like 32, 33.
Were you married?
I had a little heat on me. Life was good.
The stove.
Anyway, so
wait, were you married? So you
wasn't
trying to-
married. Wasn't married.
Oh,
No.
single trying
yeah,
sex toys.
yeah. Single
Okay.
trying sex toys. So I actually called my ex-boyfriend and was like, "Can you come over?" Because I want to
You
try this
did
out.
not.
I did. Yeah, because I wanted like somebody I trusted.
But why wouldn't you try it yourself? I don't need it.
I did try it myself, but
Oh.
there was a couple of like you had to like plug in the wall. It was a big fucking deal. Anyway,
Okay.
You don't want to get them wet while they're in.
right. So anyway, so it was a story. It was really ridiculous. As they were trying to help this one woman who was like frigid, and then they had this story about it was like really sad. Then they're like, let's get comedians. You know, they always do that because they're stupid. And so we're all. It was like me, Lori Comartin.
Right,
I
if
think
all
it was
else
Kareth,
fails.
and I can't remember. It was one other person. Anyway, so we're on camera, and my mother had watched, and I was like, "This is pretty cool." I'm like on Oprah. It's a big following. You never know. Blah blah
It's
blah.
a credit.
It is. It is. So
What kind of a credit is having a vagina? You know,
On Oprah.
I was on Oprah. I
a
had my
a
vagina on
vibrator.
Oprah.
Okay.
They don't know I hope you still say, and ladies and gentlemen, you've seen her on Oprah.
Oprah. Oh, totally. They don't know how the context or how I was not
for you.
in anywhere near her. So my mother, though, I called her. I was so excited because it was like, what is it? It was like 30 million people. Like the audience was huge for her. So even more than that. Anyway, so I was on the end, kind of like how you were sitting earlier. I had my hands like this, whatever. And I see. And what happened was my I called my mother and I go, did you see the show? She goes, yeah, I saw you. She goes, I thought you'd be on longer. And I was like, okay, well, did you like it? But it was about sex, so she didn't want to say anything good about it. So then she goes, well, your bust looked good. My
Your
mother's this thing about
bust?
my tits looking supported on television. She's got this thing because we used to watch National Geographic, and she would be like, "See, that's what happens when you don't wear a bra." Like that's what she said all the time. So my tits were supported, and then my dad in the background goes, "Tell her hands look huge on camera." I swear to
Your
God.
hands look huge.
On
Yeah,
camera.
like a
So don't-
catcher's mitt.
Yes, and to this day,
Don't do this.
yes, but to this day, Bernadette Pauly busts my balls non-stop. Like, you'll see us go back and forth on Facebook. Like, she's
About
like,
your
what's up,
hands?
big hands? Like, how the fuck are you getting through your life with
Man
your
hands. Well, speaking of hands, Marla Schultz comes in with this, and this is the what my
Before and
hand.
after.
This is the before what my
Wait.
hand looks like, and with a couple of injections of Botox, it could look like it's 20 again.
Botox.
Yeah,
What
that's
is
what
it?
she said.
No, it's not.
No, it's like
That's
a filler.
fillers.
Radius.
Yes.
Radius for the
Yes.
hands.
It's a filler.
You know who had that? I believe Joan Rivers, because she used to sell a hand cream on QVC, and she's like wasn't 80 whatever, and she would hold her hand up and she'd go, "Look what the hand cream did," and I look at her hand and
She's
I
like a
think,
doll, yeah.
It looks like a 20-year-old hand, and I knew hand cream.
She got
isn't making-
injections.
Yeah, she had, and she had a puffy
But she wasn't
little.
she wasn't private about anything. Remember, she got everything done.
I know, but she didn't say. She was trying to act like the cream.
Okay, if you're that there are more like. Look, I had a golf ball of fat taken off my shoulder
How was your
last
shoulder,
week.
by the way?
It's okay.
Okay.
Nobody's hit it.
They couldn't have
since
taken
you-
it off anywhere else.
Well, exactly.
Whoa!
Well, like, while you're in
They
there.
weren't putting me out.
Oh my God! If you guys don't know, that's how I joke around. You better start getting over it.
They weren't
like
putting
yesterday.
me out, but I would have liked for them to suck out the fat. But here's the thing: when you get liposuction, a lot of people don't tell you this.
What?
When you remove fat from your body, your body has like, let's say, X amount of 2,000 fat cells.
Like eggs.
Okay. Now, when you remove those fat cells, they will be replenished somewhere else. So all of a sudden, you'll be like, "Whoa!"
What are you talking about? No,
Yes.
that's not true.
No, it is absolutely true. Don't fucking tell me I
Abso-fucking-lutely.
read everything.
I never heard this.
If you
Your
remove
hair
your
is
fat
just a
cells,
reaction to your attitude. That's what's happening.
if you remove
Your
the
hair is
fat
frightened
cells, they're
of
going to
you.
grow somewhere else. So you might get a meaty pussy.
Or cankles. If you take out, you go to a doctor and say, "Doctor, I got to get rid of the muffin top. I want you to
Right,
suck it
right,
out." So they
right.
suck it out, and all of a sudden, your body's like, "Wait a second, we're missing
Fat
fat
cells.
cells, and we have to replicate, we have to reproduce."
Right.
So
And
it
they're
sounds
like,
the
"Well,
Jewish guy at the show.
exactly." So then they're like, "Well, let's go to the vagina." So she has a fat pussy, and the cankles. Yeah, it migrates and
somewhere else.
moves.
Well, then how come movie stars who get their stomachs done, why don't they have fat backs?
Because they have trainers.
It
and
goes somewhere
dietitians.
else. It goes somewhere else.
And
The
they-
fat-
they're repeat
I think
offenders.
if you're not careful about how you treat yourself afterwards, maybe is that how?
the fat will not grow back where you took it off because it's burned.
Yeah.
It's sucked out. It's very,
And
very,
then they
very
lift it.
violent.
Procedure. Ugh.
It's violent. They jam this thing
yeah,
in there.
know.
and it's
And they-
vacuuming.
It's
I wanna
vacuuming.
get it
They're-
done.
No, it's hot.
Yes.
Melting the fat and
Yeah.
sucking it out of you.
Yep. It's cool scope.
And then you don't feel your stomach.
But Cool
It
Sculpt is
hurts.
different.
You
That I
don't
want.
feel
That
it.
I'd
You
like
don't
to
feel
do. Cool Sculpt.
I don't know
They
how much. That's
freeze
brand
it,
new.
and then they freeze it, and it's supposedly, you drink, and you're like, "Wow, my pee smells funny. Oh, did I eat asparagus? Oh no, I got cool sculpt."
And you
know?
jump up and down, and you move around, and then the fat that's burned gets peed out of you. You have to drink a lot of water after you do it, and you have to go like 12 times. They tell you they sell like Groupon coupons or whatever, and they tell you you can lose the fat in 6 times.
Okay,
but
how-
you really need like 12 times.
Okay, how many? How new is this?
I've just heard about it last year.
This is the fat melting.
Yes,
thing?
Cool
where they
Sculpt. Yeah.
cool sculpt.
I
And they
let it be
freeze the
around
fat.
for 50 years before I try.
I
it.
just can't wait till
Bells
the
to the
day
bells.
when we could just let ourselves go. That's what
I
I'm
did.
looking forward to.
I obviously did.
I want
I
to get
did.
stoned
You
and
never
eat
do. You always look
Keebler's
good.
fudge sticks frozen. That's all I want
Yeah.
to do. Keebler's.
Keebler's fudge stick? Is that
And
ice cream?
cupcakes. No, they're those chocolate covered sugar wafers. They come, they're like
Oh,
frozen, and then cupcakes. If I
and
could just eat
Thin Mints.
cupcakes.
Thin Mints frozen are excellent.
A second week, no sugar. Although I've cheated twice. Second week,
What,
no
are you trying to
sugar.
lose weight?
No, I'm trying to lose the fat from my belly.
That's not going to happen. You have a kid, right?
I-
It just stays there.
I know, but it got really bad
Yeah, but I'm
lately.
like that. Look,
It's
I
like
got
a-
the same thing.
it's like a
jiggle,
pregnant-
jiggly,
yeah,
jiggle. It just
I-
stays there.
I can't stand it.
Blah, blah, blah,
Abs.
blah,
I'm trying. I'm
Abs
trying.
are created in the kitchen.
Yeah,
What
that's
is-
true.
It's
That-
all what you eat.
I
is.
agree.
But I tried to do the keto. Oh my god! I thought I was going to kill myself.
Oh, that's
What
the
is
one
the
with no
keto?
fried food.
no, but it's a high fat.
Yeah, forget it.
Low carb, so it's kind of like you can have bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
And you should have like 700 bacon and eggs, and then have like coconut oil, all these fattening, everything's
And no
fats.
carbs,
Lots
no
of
carbs.
But
trans
is it
fats.
good fats?
No, it's
Or the
trans.
fat?
Mostly
Oh.
trans fat. A lot of
I
trans
know,
fats.
why?
It's so unhealthy.
It's not
but
trans, it's like-
Bulletproof. The bulletproof coffee, though. Doesn't
Yeah.
that keep you going?
No, it's gross. It's gross. People are like, put butter in your coffee. I'm like, this is disgusting.
Yeah,
I
it's
love butter.
Yeah.
and you
Butter.
lose weight, but then the minute you go back,
Yeah,
you're
well,
going to
a
gain
lot
it
of it's
all.
water weight, and you're also exhausted. Unless you really stick with it 100%, it doesn't work.
But
it
no
doesn't
one
work.
can stick
Give
with it
yourself
that
a
long.
heart attack with
But
that.
you
That's like
also-
the
That's why I
Atkins
felt- that's why I
diet.
felt so gross,
That's like
yeah.
the Atkins diet.
But
high
you
pro-
also wait 14 hours to eat. So if I have my last meal
What
at
do you
9
mean you wait
o'clock,
14 hours?
if I say if I
you
stop
doing
eating at 9,
keto?
I'm not. Intermittent.
Go
Oh
ahead.
shoot! I'm sorry. Intermittent fasting, where say if you eat at 9 o'clock,
Yes.
okay, then you don't eat till 11 a.m. the next
Oh,
day.
I can't do that. I have to
can.
eat every 3-4 hours
Why? Because
Well, you wake up in the middle of the
because I
night.
get headaches. Yeah, I'm
Don't
just,
you sleep?
I'm hungry. Well, if I pee, and I'll like eat a banana, half a banana.
At
At
nighttime?
2 in the morning?
Yeah, why not?
Because you're not supposed to.
Yeah, you're not supposed
it's
to eat
not
then.
good for your digestion and your acid reflux, and you don't want to develop GERD or.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's
By
a
the way,
GERD?
GERD is
When you
acid.
burn the cells in your esophagus.
Yes, and you get
Oh.
Barrett's syndrome. By the way, peeing. I just want a public
Please.
service announcement. So we were
Please.
talking about peeing out. Do you know? I read an article about Japanese women. They don't have any kind of vaginal prolapse, which is when your innards just like fall out because you push and you pee.
Yes.
They relax, they take a book, and they just pee, and they don't push. So
I
don't
am not a
push.
pusher.
You
I am
gotta
not a
just
pusher.
pee. You
Who
can't
pushes
push
their pee unless you're really like
In a
busted?
in
rush.
a rush, but you gotta just pee because then
I've
your
never
innards.
pushed my pee.
Good. Then you're ahead of the curve.
I've actually let it just trickle out on its own when I'm doing a jumping jack, so I don't really know what the problem
I've
is.
actually needed help in the other.
I always think that I could never have a real job where I would have to be someplace
Stop
at 8 o'clock
touching
in
your
the morning
microphone.
because it takes me so long to pee. I mean, seriously, I sit there. I have my crossword puzzle, and I will be in the bathroom 45
How
minutes.
long do you need to pee?
I don't know.
I'm
I
a
have
quick
to
one.
relax.
In and out,
Dude,
one and
I'm
two.
the
one
same
and
thing
two.
when I
I'm
have
in
to
and
dump
out,
it.
one
It's
and two.
done. It's
I
gone.
dump,
Oh,
I'm
no,
out.
no.
My
I have
husband's
to-
there for an hour. I'm like, what are you
That's
doing?
when
Well,
I
you know what?
relax.
He's avoiding
I eat a
things.
lot of magnesium, so it just flies right out. But I'll tell you one
very
great
good
story.
to sleep too.
When I was magnesium, I do a lot of magnesium because my body needs magnesium. My
Well,
muscles are always cramping, and I take the magnesium.
And what? Okay, do I need magnesium?
Probably.
Do you have trouble
You
sleeping?
look like you
Yes.
need magnesium. I'm
Magnesium
just saying.
gives you. If you're low in magnesium,
First thing I see when I see you is a person who needs
Can I tell you that's the read I get too.
look
right
potassium,
magnesium deficient.
potassium and magnesium
And
are very
funny,
important.
and funny.
Calcium's very dangerous. Do not take calcium pills because you'll get a heart disease.
Can I tell you, I took calcium and I got one of those things in my kidney. What are those little things?
Stones.
A
Kidney
stone. I got a
stones.
stone, so I
Can't
don't
take
take it.
calcium. If you're going to take calcium, you better take a lot
And
of
you
vitamin
got to make
D.
sure you take the baby
Gotta
aspirin.
take a lot of vitamin
Every
D so
day.
it can absorb the calcium.
Take the
All
80
right.
mils.
So I'm at my friend's house. Okay, so whatever. The calcium, magnesium, I take not calcium, potassium, magnesium. So I'm regular, and I have no leg cramps.
Okay.
So what happens? We're younger.
Stop touching my.
We're in high school, and my friend's mother is in the bathroom screaming.
Oh.
Her shit got stuck in her ass, and she had her husband.
With the finger cuff.
I
Been
don't know
there.
what he did. Pull
Been
it
there.
out of
Yes.
pull it out of her ass. Now I got to tell you something. I would be in there for days before anybody
Yeah, no.
came in to help me out.
Yeah.
No. You can use your own finger. I mean,
Can I tell you,
I really can't do this.
having been there,
okay, maybe we should stop talking
I
about
will.
shit.
I just want to say, having been there,
Yeah.
when you are in a crisis and you feel like you are crapping out a 8-ton bowling ball, I would call the handyman for help. That's how critical and painful it can be. But
Yeah.
because I
I've
take
never had it.
magnesium,
I don't have that problem.
Really?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never heard of magnesium.
Chick Jack podcast sponsored by magnesium.
All right, let's stop talking about poops. What can we talk about? First of all, Mother's Day. Okay, you are a stepmother, correct? But
I'm
you do call yourself because she's
No.
an adult.
No, I have my husband's daughter.
How old
I'll
is she?
say 30.
Oh, so that doesn't count.
Do you
then.
make her call your mom? What if you did? What if you guys get married? You're like,
imagine how
I'd like you
weird
to
that
call
would
me
be?
mom, please.
Call me mommy.
She no. It was or
Mother dearest.
my friend doesn't want to be. My therapist doesn't want to be called grandma, and she's called Cookie Bubby. So I
Oh,
thought
it's
maybe
so much better, especially for them when they turn 25 that they go visit their Cookie Bubby.
Cookie Bubby. But I was thinking, how about Cupcake?
Cupcake's cute.
I
my
like
God.
Cupcake. I call my daughter Buttermuffin, my little Buttermuffin. I love that name.
Today?
My
You do
husband is
today?
butter-
Well, I
Butterball.
do on. When I text her, I go, miss you, little Buttermuffin.
That's very
And then I drew
cute.
a little picture of a Buttermuffin.
I
next
call
to-
my children by
Yes.
their names. I call them motherfucker and pain in my balls.
You know what happened to me? Okay. I did have the perfect Mother's Day. They took me out. Nobody got in a fight. Everybody got along. I had the best food. I loved it. The next day, my daughter, and she had said something about, we might move to fucking Chicago or what, someplace. And I'm like, oh yeah, she's not going to do that. And then she texts me today. She goes, I'm really moving. And I'm like,
You ruined your Mother's Day.
So, and I was like, it was so perfect, but only for 24 hours. Because it's like, I'd have to get on a plane to go visit. She's going to go with her boyfriend,
Oh.
my youngest
Honey,
daughter.
but then
That
that's
little bit.
7
Why are they
plane
going
rides.
there? Why? Are they
Because
going?
he's a musician and
Oh.
she's a
Oh.
writer. And,
Tell her not to marry him.
and
Haven't they heard if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere?
well, he's a really nice guy, though. I do really like
If you
him.
make it there, you can make it anywhere?
Where? Here?
That's
In
New
New York?
York.
I know, but she doesn't like New York. But I
Chicago
was
is nice.
devastated.
It is
like,
Chicago's really
Love
nice.
It is really nice?
Yeah.
You
You
don't
guys
go
have
down
been
the
there?
wrong
It's
street.
gorgeous. No,
Right.
you have to live in a. Yeah, but it's like New York, though.
Kidding.
It is
You
great.
got a river going through the
Everybody's-
middle. It's gorgeous.
That's
Chicago.
what
If it wasn't so freaking cold, I would live there.
That's what
That or Denver.
Yeah.
That's what the two places she wants to go there or Denver or Philly. I said don't go
Ugh,
to Philly.
Philly.
Philly's horrible.
Sorry, Philadelphia
But
people.
Denver's nice. But like I just felt like so sad because I'm like I'm an hour away from her. I stop by every now and then. It's sad.
Cut
I'm
the
sad.
cord. Let her go.
Oh, I
How
know.
old
I
is
said
she
to-
now?
She'll be back in a
22.
year.
Free,
22.
free, set them
Let her
free.
go and say, I don't fucking care. Get the fuck out of here. And then when she leaves, cry. And then don't answer her calls for like every time she calls you. And then be like, now you fucking appreciate me, you little bitch.
That's
No,
good advice.
I think so.
No,
So my mom would have done.
she knows that I'm like sad if she goes away, but it's just like when you're a mom, then they go, and it's like
No, I don't.
Carrie, you'll see, you'll be so fucking sad.
My
with them.
daughter moved out the other day. She's threatening to, she's 11, and she's like, I'm leaving because I asked her to clean her room and get off her fucking phone. And she's like, I'm moving out. I'm like, go right a fucking
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
Go.
Ugh.
Why?
I
Because
moved
me and
out
your
at
father
5.
told you to clean your room, you slob?
And so she's a piece of work, though. She is like baby. She's Carrie.
Yeah, now you're getting it
Duh.
back.
You are.
You know that saying when they go, I hope you get a kid just like
Yeah.
you. It's so true. If you curse somebody like that, you're
Like-
gonna get it.
Carrie,
I
even
got
when I
my
look
kid-
at you, you look just like her.
Just like her. She's me to a T, and I can't stand her.
And I came
but
to
I
your-
love her to death because I love her. Her
Her attitude,
She's
her
not
fire,
afraid
right?
of
She's
shit.
a wise
No.
guy, but she's
Yes.
also very good-hearted. Your kid, very sweet kid, like
She is.
very sweet.
Her and my son. My son is the real sweetheart.
He's
Like,
a sweetie.
We'll go out. I'll be buying him stuff because we never get me and him time. I'll be buying him stuff, and he'll go, "Can we get this for Katerina too?"
Aww.
She'll never say that. She'll never say, "I want to get this for my brother," unless it's a game that she wants to play,
Right.
and she can't buy both. So she'll go, "Can we get this?"
How
I'm
old
like,
is your
but
son?
it's a makeup set.
How old is your Stop touching your microphone.
He's
How tall?
13, and she's gonna be 12.
13. Let me ask you a question. Are you raising a strong man who's going to be able to be a good husband? Or are you raising, does he know how to cook? Or will you teach him how to cook?
Oh, Carrie does all that. Look, can I just say,
They don't even put their fucking shoes away. Are you kidding me?
Carrie for Mother's Day did all the cooking and cleaned up. Yes,
What's wrong with you?
I know. Don't.
It's
do
always the
that.
women who appear really strong who are like the super
Very
pussies
domestic.
at
no,
home.
but she's
No, I'm
she,
not a pussy.
she loves to
But
cook.
I like
though.
to cook
She
because I
likes
know
it.
I hate going out to dinner.
It's meditative.
I'll tell you why I don't want to go out to eat dinner
Why?
at a restaurant.
Why?
I owned one.
Yeah. that's right.
And every guy that came to me for a job in my kitchen never wore gloves. And I'd be like, put the gloves
Oh,
on.
yeah, that's
I
true.
never wore the gloves at my last job. I never wore the gloves at my last job. I go, I don't give a fuck what you did at your last job. At this job, it's the law. I'm not asking you to do, this isn't my concoction. This is the state's law. then I go to this one guy. I go, you got to wear the gloves. He put them on with anger. Right in front of me. I'm the fucking boss, right? And then I'd leave, and I'd go in my car. I'd go to the bank, and I'd see him rip the fucking gloves off and throw them out. So one day,
She had him on video.
yeah, I would watch the video because I knew that they were cursing me out when I left.
Ugh.
So one day the inspector walks in. He
Oh,
comes
God.
in with this gigantic clipboard, and he's like, and I can't now. I see him walking in the kitchen,
Like,
and I can't say, put
Get your
the
gloves on."
fucking gloves on.
I hope you docked that his pay.
So needless to say, I got the violation.
Oh.
So he leaves, and I go,
How much?
I don't remember, Patty. It's like $2,000 a violation.
Oh my God!
Wow.
So I go to him. Do you understand why now
God.
I've been complaining about the fucking gloves? Not to mention you're scratching your head and whatever's in your nails is going in the. So I was on top of them. So then after a while, I was like, you know what? Nobody's touching my food. I'm fucking doing it myself. I went through cases of gloves because I always wore gloves. So if they're not wearing them at my place
Right.
and I'm on them, because you know the old Greek guys or any restaurant owners, they're not going to be on them like that because gloves are expensive a case. They're like, you know, whatever.
But isn't it good to have some germs?
Not
in a
from guy who's
restaurant.
Not from a guy's
scratching his
balls.
ass.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't want a
Your
guy's
own
balls
germs,
in my
but not
salad.
somebody else's. Like if I see a restaurant and there's a B, I'm always like, I'm gonna go to an A. I'm not gonna go to a
Absolutely,
B.
never.
I'm like, why would I go to a B when there's an A like 3 blocks up? You know what I mean?
What do you
Or
mean
next
a B?
door.
Oh,
The
you mean-
ratings.
oh, the ratings.
Yeah, we
I
don't
never
have
look
those
at the
ratings
rating.
in Long Island, thank
Yeah,
God.
we don't have those where I am either.
But I always had I had a spotless kitchen. My walk-in box was always mopped and cleaned, and I had the raw meat. One time we lost power, and I come in, I'm like, my low boys were out, and they go, oh, it came back on. I go, all right, it came back on, but how long has it been out? We don't know how long it's been out. And he goes, no, it smelled good. It smelled good. And I go,
With no glove up to his nose.
to smell good. The salmonella, you could smell the salmonella. Is that what you're fucking telling me, you
Right.
fucking rocket
No, the
scientist?
salmon is good.
I go, listen, Jose, smell good or no smell good, he's got to go in the basura, garbage. And he goes, no, I cook it. I go,
no.
here's what's going to happen. Take all that chicken, put it in a bag, and take it home to la casa. And then he threw it out.
Oh,
Ah,
interesting.
there you go.
He didn't want to eat it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he wanted
would
to feed
serve
it
it.
to my customers so I can kill somebody. Then another guy had a Greek guy. You know, he's kind of like whatever. He had his own restaurants, whatever. I come into the kitchen, and there was 5 BLT sandwiches just ordered. I come into the kitchen and I see him cutting the bacon, and I go, "Don't cut the bacon." I go, "Leave it strips." And he goes, No, I'm just cutting around the bacon. And I look at the bacon, there's all mold on it. And I go,
That's
I go,
so
"What are you
terrible.
doing?"
Oh my God.
The manager walks in. He goes, "No, we're just cleaning the." I go, "No, throw it out." And he goes, "No. Well, I go, "Throw the fucking bacon out!
Is this
It's your restaurant.
You
Yeah.
fucking throw it out! Get new bacon!" He goes,
Oh.
It's all molded." I go, "Wait a minute! Didn't I tell you guys you buy a case of bacon, you wrap it, you put it in the freezer, and then when you need, you do like a pack at a time."
Yeah.
Apparently that no one listens to me, so they all went bad. And then I go, then they wouldn't throw it out, so I grabbed the fucking bacon with my hand, and I went, and I threw it in the garbage. And I go, now somebody's got to go out there and tell these 5 ladies that come here every week for the BLT in the pita that we don't have it because you motherfuckers let the bacon go bad.
Wow. Wow.
And then they wonder why I was a mean bitch and I would go crazy. I didn't want you people to get food poison.
But what? But then you can never go to a nice restaurant. You never go
I
out.
can't go because I don't trust these motherfuckers.
Really, Veronica?
Oh,
You go
sorry.
out for Mother's Day? Did you get taken?
We went out, a place called Brooklyn Beat Company. Actually, there's a company that the other restaurant's called Corzo. It's in the city. Have you been there? Oh, fucking best fucking burger in your life.
He
Corso?
probably mashed it
Corso.
together with no gloves.
No, these guys are like primo. Everything's amazing. Every time you go there, it's amazing. You bring a friend, it's amazing. You bring a-
Corzo, C-O-R-Z.
K-O-R-Z-O. In the city, there's a location in the city. Is it called Cor?
It closed?
Oh, it closed. In Brooklyn, where I live, in Bay
That's
Ridge.
how good it was.
Listen, in Bay Ridge, we got the best. Got the best, the Bay Ridge.
Ridge?
Bay Ridge. It's called Brooklyn Beat. There's something called a Corso burger. It is a very nicely packed. If you know anything about beef, like you don't want to press a burger too hard, so you have it nicely packed, and then it's cooked, and then it's wrapped in something called a Corso dough, and then it's fried in the dough.
No.
But it's not fried like Southern fried. It's like beautiful pastry around a burger, and it's fucking amazing. We should go there.
Wait.
Honestly, it's fucking amazing.
Is it
Yeah,
like
we will when we get our
phyllo
first
dough?
It's
around
kind
the
of like
burger?
that, but a little. It's
Carrie, phyllo.
The
dough?
important part is what she just said. Don't press the burger. My guys used to flatten the burger. Like, don't press the meat,
No.
fuckhead.
Why?
Squeezes
Why don't you
out
press
all the
good
fat.
They can
juice.
cook faster. You're ruining the meat.
same
I
thing
go,
with
Stop pressing
pancakes.
the meat.
You should
Press
never
the meat again. I'm going to stab you.
don't press pancakes down either.
Oh, yeah, that's
You
true.
should also only flip steak or anything at once. You should
Yeah.
never flip
Yeah,
it
that's
twice.
7 minutes. Turn 7 minutes.
Yeah.
The
But
steak
what if
or
you
the
like
burger?
it medium well?
Then you just let it cook a little bit longer.
11 minutes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because if you flip it too many times, it's overcooked.
Then you
It's
lose
gross.
I like a crust on the outside of my burger, but I want it medium rare.
Ah,
Okay, what did
Joe
I say?
Magaga's here.
Joe!
Gil
How come I can't
Hernandez.
see
Can you say
anybody
hi
on
to
this?
Gil?
Gil Hernandez is here, and he
Oh,
said
hi,
the
Gil.
movie is Murder in the First. You're right, Gil.
What'd you
Murder
say?
in the First.
What?
It's
With
one-
Kevin Bacon.
and he had a
Oh.
scar on his eye because he got beat so bad.
Murder in the First.
Oh, I gotta look it up.
This is a true story.
Jack Hoffman, hello.
Thanks, Gil. Miss you. We're at the strip.
Palmacorn.
And the
You
other,
used to be here. I was here.
Hello.
the other movie was Too Young to Die with that girl where she goes and kills this guy. She was on heroin. They make her kill this guy that she was dating, and they gave her she was the first girl to be executed in Alabama, wherever the fuck.
So she was, in fact, too young to die.
No, she was.
So the title was really good.
Yeah, she was
Apropos.
she was
No.
like 14 or something like that, and they
Oh.
executed her. But she wasn't the youngest. They executed a 9-year-old little boy,
For doing
What?
That's so crazy.
a little black boy. This is sickening. I can't even say it.
This is a light podcast called Chick Chat. This does
Yeah.
not
Carrie,
belong.
stop talking about
I
are we
murdered
getting
a
into
9-year-old
political-
boy.
All right, you know what I want to talk about? Does anybody give a shit about the about the wedding?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Oh my God, no, you're not.
I am.
What's
I
her
love
name
that
again? Markle?
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle.
I love her white
Her
trash
father's
family.
not going.
She
Father's not
has-
going.
You know, even though she's half black, her family is white trash. The white part of her family is trash all the way through.
I don't know much about her, but
oh my
I
God!
don't
Tell
give
what happened
two
with
shits.
the father. You know.
Okay, the father.
The queen is pissed.
Oh, the queen is really pissed because they put out an
She's
announcement
like, now I'm
saying
going to have to kill somebody
Yes.
else. Like,
Yeah, I know. That's what
Ah.
I said to Kevin, watch, if she goes through a tunnel and the car crashes, we'll know it was the queen.
everybody say the queen did
I
it.
think the queen did do
You
it, but go
think
ahead.
it's-
No,
I don't know.
listen, the queen is torturing Prince Charles. I mean, the guy's like 74 and
How
she's
old
still
is the
hanging on. She's
queen?
95.
Yeah, she's really hanging in
And
there.
Prince Philip is like, you know what? I'm 99. I want to go ride a horse. And maybe you, why don't you come along? I mean, he's still kicking.
I just can't stand how these people are kept by this entire country and they do fucking nothing.
Nothing.
And they
Don't you
spend
realize-
billions of dollars renovating the homes, and it's like
There's so
billions.
much money that could be spent. Like I think they should take all the refugees that are along
Well,
the beaches. There's like all
and
these
give 'em the
refugees.
mansion.
Give them the mansion. Give them
You
Buckingham
know what I
Palace.
think though? Once
you
that
imagine?
queen, once
I
that queen
can't.
goes, I think it might dismantle. It might
No,
dismantle.
I
you
don't
know,
think
I-
so.
but
Because
I-
then Charles will still be there, and
I think-
Charles will be in charge.
Here's the problem.
Ah, Charles in charge.
Here's the problem with Charles is that he is gay. Come on, you see the picture?
Patty knows.
Did you see the
Yeah,
picture?
Patty knows.
Kissing a young guy. You ever see it?
No.
Oh my God, he's kissing a young man on the lips. He's
That's
gay.
how they
Was he
do in
French?
Europe.
Some people kiss on the
No,
lips.
no, this guy was young and blonde, and yeah, I'm telling you, look it up here.
All right, his mother would have cut his.
But that's why
Thing
I
off
don't
it.
think she wants to move over for him
She's
because
so
I
annoying.
think he's
the queen's
gay.
annoying.
and it
They're
would-
all annoying. Who
they're
cares?
They're not very nice people. But the
I like
father,
Fergie, though. I love Fergie.
Fergie was great, but she was just too wild and crazy, and she
she
know,
got
I
her
liked
toes
her.
sucked.
she is not
she looked like
invited.
she had the red hair like you.
Yeah.
She's not
She's
invited.
an impression
she is
of her.
not invited to the royal wedding. She is like persona non grata.
That's because she let her toes get sucked by another
Yes.
man while she was still married to her
But
husband.
she was also selling access to Prince Andrew, and that's what really did her in. I love
oh,
this shit.
she was.
I don't know
Yes.
why you guys know so much about this.
Oh
shit.
my
I
God!
know
Because
a
I
lot
watched
about
all the
Hi.
biographies
Marla.
about
Me
it.
too. I love
Here's
it.
the thing that's so crazy. So her
I'm an
fa-
Anglophile.
Her father is a lighting guy. Like, he's blue collar. You know, he's lighting, whatever.
Emmy Award winning.
Oh, so he's good. But so she's like a gajillionaire because she had this TV show, right? So, but evidently she didn't give her money to any of her family. Supposedly, that's how it goes. So now she's marrying this guy. She's going to be richer than fucking anything. And he sells pictures to the tabloids of him preparing for the wedding. So he's like lifting
that's
weights.
Oh, yeah, I
It's
saw
That's
that.
why-
Rosarita sitting
Hold
in
on.
an internet cafe looking at stories,
Right.
and you see a picture of
That's
Meghan
why
and
you
her.
have to give your family money. It's called shut up money.
Yeah, because
But
it
they
makes
were,
her
but they
look
were shitty
bad.
to her. They were bad. That Samantha, she she used to be blonde, the one who's in a wheelchair, and
Yeah.
I think she has some sort. But she wanted to be a model. She now dyed her hair dark to look a lot like Meghan, and she wrote a book called Princess Pushy,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
so
really
mean.
crappy.
They're just mean, and the
Can we stop talking about
her
this?
okay, this is the last thing. Her half brother, that's her half sister. Her half brother went after his wife with a gun, and he goes, "Oh, you know, people do things, and I'm sorry."
We were out partying. It was at a keg party.
I love that you knew about this
I
too.
know it all.
Patty, this is why
Okay,
we don't have
tune in
ratings. I'd rather
May-
talk about dog
May,
shit.
May 18th, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Tune in. Hoda and Kathy Lee are going. And so is Robin and
Now,
the chicks from
don't you think
Channel
Kathy
2.
Lee and the other girl should be replaced by two different
You
people?
and me.
Anybody.
Come on. Come on,
Anybody.
Carrie.
I
I
like
just get
Hoda.
tired. I like her,
Anybody.
but sometimes I'm like, will you stop being so friendly all the time?
Which
I
one,
know.
Kathy
Very
Lee?
peppy.
Both
Hoda,
of them.
Hoda's like that. Kathy Lee's a little like snarky sometimes, but Hoda's just always like, "Isn't it great?
I
Isn't it
can't-
great?
I can't
Yeah.
stand
Great.
either of them. I can't
so
stand
great."
them.
Yeah.
And they're like, I loved on
Morning.
Mother's Day. Did you watch
Ugh.
Savannah and Hoda suck each other's dicks on fucking Mother's Day?
No.
Oh, she's such a great mom because I know
can't
she's a
stand
better mom
Savannah.
because she's the better. I'm like, Hoda, you adopted a kid 5 fucking seconds ago. You're like 78 years old, and fuck you. Like, you don't really know what it is to be a mother.
Right, she's got a nanny. She
she's
works.
got
They
Help.
all have nannies.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Help.
Clean your own fucking house. Cook your own meals.
And get back
and
to
have
us.
to go to work and then let us know how hard that is.
And then give us your opinion.
Every
I-
day it's Savannah and somebody telling how
Yes.
great. Oh God, I can't stand it.
I wake up every morning with Robin and Nora O'Donnell on Channel 2.
Nice.
Who
Yeah.
are they? I don't even
Channel
know.
2 News.
They're just a little different. They're not as like
a little more
flashy.
newsy. It's a little.
Yeah.
I like world events. I'm a student of the world, and I know what's going on.
I don't want to know
I'm
anything
informed.
that's going on. I could give a fuck.
I
less.
have to say I was happy
You
when
have to know
Lauer
what's
when
going
Lauer
on.
went down. I
Yes.
fucking hate that smug fuck. I've hated
Yes.
him for years. I could never stand Matt Lauer. Let me tell you one thing I remember. He always said I fucking hated him forever.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Because he was full of shit, and
He
he's
is
so
full of shit.
He was so like, I'm amazing. I'm like, you're a fucking news anchor, okay?
Yeah.
He didn't even write his own shit. And then so they had I remember he was watching this thing, and he says this morning, a high school student jumped to his death in front of his classmates. And then he goes, this tragically, a high school student jumped from his roof off of his high school, equally as devastating. His classmates watched. I'm like, nope, that's not as equally as devastating. Not equally devastating. That type of wording, that type of shit really bothered me. I was always like watching, like, who the fuck are you? I'm sorry. Did I express myself too openly?
No,
Yeah,
but he was a pig.
He was a pig.
He banged literally everybody. He had
But
a
that
beautiful
girl, though.
wife.
But wait a minute, the girl who cheated with him. Did you see her interview?
No.
On the Megyn Kelly Everybody's Raped show. Hi, it's Megyn Kelly. Someone today we're going to talk to was raped. This girl was molested. This one was raped. And by the way,
And
cooking.
Lyft, Uber,
Yeah,
Lyft,
all the time,
Uber.
all the time. So anyway, they had the woman on who Matt Lauer had the affair with.
the one
And-
that he clicked the door shut, locked.
Yeah,
that one?
they all had the offices all had those locks. He was not. That was not specific to him. Most executives. What? I'm just saying. Yeah. There you go. We have it here at this illustrious. Anyway, so this woman, she goes. Well, I swear to God, this is almost exactly the conversation. She goes, well, Megyn Kelly goes, well, first of all, you were just a baby, right? And she's like, I was a baby. I was 24. I'm like, you're not a baby. You're not a baby.
I'm not a baby at 24.
Yeah, you're perfectly capable of being a whore. I was. So then she's like, I was like, can I get some advice? And da-da-da. And we went to lunch, and the conversation was just really inappropriate. It was really sexually charged and whatever. And so I fucked him 3 hours later. That's what she talked about how they went to lunch. She thought it was gross. He asked her to leave separately. And then she talks about how she's like, we did have sex. a few hours later. I'm like, you're just annoyed because he was a married fucking man who fucked you, and you were pissed.
Because you didn't get anything out.
And you didn't leave your.
Well, you know what? I just read this article. Actually, I don't know why I read it a month late, but what's her name? Marla, not Marla. Oh my God, who's
Marla
the one that you
Schultz.
say you look like?
Monica Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky.
Oh.
Monica
She got a
Lewinsky
bad
wrote
rep.
an article, and she said, you know,
Absolutely.
part of the Me Too movement, she goes, I wish people would go back and revisit what happened to me. She said, because I was
But it was Bill Clinton.
demonized.
But who cares? It
And
was Bill
like
Clinton.
that I
That's what
was
everybody
this
will say.
big whore and all this stuff. But she was 22 when they did it, and with the dress and the whole thing. And she said she had PTSD after
Absolutely.
it. She said every single day since that day, she said, I swear to God, there has been some article somewhere in the world with my name on it about blowing the president. She goes, I can't escape it. And she said, no, I'm accepting
And
it.
she can't smoke cigars anymore. It just ruined it.
But she became a punchline, and
She
she
did.
And it
was
was not fair.
eviscerated.
And
Well, let me just tell you too. That's the other thing
22.
too. He also fucked her with a cigar, which nobody really. They're like, it's his marriage. I'm like, wait a minute.
He's a
this
bad
is,
guy.
This is like a club booker. If a club booker cornered a young comic and fucked her with a cigar. Now, if she got a lot of spots, it might be worth it. But I'm just saying. Like, it's the
That's
same situation, but it is
right?
horrible.
It's
but
horrible.
everybody's like, well, it's
Now,
standard.
here's the bit. How horrible is it? Is it lit cigar or was it just?
Oh
a-
my God!
Carrie.
I
That'd be
gotta
like Game
tell
of
you,
Thrones. That'd be Game of Thrones.
I'm sorry. I do a joke. You saw the joke, and I
Yeah.
said if I was her, I would have done the same thing because I met him. He shook my hand.
Very
and,
charming.
Yes, and the charge I got, it was in a bookstore in Venice when he was campaigning back in the '90s, and quite honestly. We were like, oh yeah, guess who I banged? Who did you bang? Well, I banged, Chip. Well, I banged the president of the United States.
No, he never did it for me. I thought he was ugly.
I
from
thought it was
day
ugly,
one.
too.
No,
You
you
so
know what
ugly.
everybody
Really
says? Joy
sexy.
Behar even said, she said, you don't think much of him until he looks in your eyes and he takes your hand and he talks to you like you are the only person that
Yes.
exists in the universe. She goes, he has charm in person.
Yes.
That
Yeah, I
you
thought he had a
can't
big
see.
nose and it was ugly.
He's
in bed.
ugly.
No.
Yeah, he's so
But-
ugly.
No, he isn't.
But I gotta
There's
say,
something-
James Carville's like that too, and James Carville is an ugly
James
motherfucker.
Carville is, I don't
He's
understand
ugly.
how
He's
his
sexy.
wife bangs him. but-
Yeah, he's
James
sexy.
Gandolfini, sexy.
Yeah, dead.
Sexy.
I played
He's
cards with
dead.
him.
What?
I
Did
played
James
cards.
Gandolfini?
I
I won
remember that.
$180 from him.
Nice.
Get out.
Wasn't he
Was
sexy?
it strip poker?
No.
You don't think he was sexy?
First of
he
all,
was
I didn't even
so
know it was
hot.
Gandolfini. He came
Who'd you
into
think
my,
it was?
He came into my bar 3 times, and one time he goes, "Let me get wine. Let me get a glass of wine." And I was like, "We don't have wine." All the wine was behind me, and he goes, "You don't have wine?" I go, "No, we don't have wine." Because anytime anybody would say, "Let me get," without even saying
Oh
hello,
yeah.
Yeah.
I never served them.
Oh,
And I used to work at the
interesting.
Gaslight on 14th and 9th.
I remember.
That's
And
funny. Let me
then
get. That's true.
Let me get. So all of a sudden, he's like, "Oh, all right." I'm like, "We got beer. You want Budweiser?"
Wow, Carrie.
And he walked out, and all of a sudden the bar back comes up to me and goes, "You know who that was?" I'm like, a rude motherfucker." He goes, and now I used to play solitaire on the bar cooler. So he goes, "That was James Gandolfini from The Sopranos," but I never watched The Sopranos.
You never watched? Oh my God, I love that
I never
show.
watched one episode of Sopranos. So now
Seminal show.
Yeah.
I
The
never
best.
watched it. Never watched it. I don't know.
Breaking
I was
Bad was the
too
best.
busy
That's just
having
my
fun. So then he comes back in another time, and he walks up to the bar and he goes, "Can I get a beer?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Hi, can I get a beer?" I get him a beer. I give him a beer. He drinks it. I ignore him. I'm playing solitaire on the car on the thing, and then he goes, I go, "You want another one?" And he goes, "No, I'm good." And he walks out. He goes, the barback goes, "Are you gonna fucking do that every time James?" So now he comes in a third time. So now I kind of know who the guy is. So I'm like, this must be James Gandolfini.
Different day.
Yeah, different
Okay.
day. Like a week later, or 2 weeks later. So
Maybe he liked you.
I'm playing.
Probably.
I'm
She's
Yeah.
playing
piece.
solitaire on the bar. I'm sitting on the bar cooler. There's nobody in my bar but like one person at the end. He walks up and he goes, "Do you have wine today?" And I go, "We do. We have wine today." So he goes, "I like a glass of wine." So I put the glass of wine there, and all of a sudden he goes, "I'll cut you for high card." I go, "You're on $20 a card." And he goes, okay.
God, she's such a gambler.
I'd pull like a 4 and he'll pull a 3. $20 in my pocket. I pull like a jack, he'd pull like a 7.
That's how it
100,
works?
And then he,
Did he win anything?
he won like twice, but then we kept going. I'm like, and then finally I go double or nothing. You can have all your money back.
Get out of here.
And it was like $90. And he goes, all right, you're on. And I pulled like a 3. And I go, you're getting your money back. And he pulls a 2. I go, oh! Takes out his money, gives me $108. I stick it in my tip cup. I go, you want to go one more? He goes, nah. I go, would you like another wine? He goes, I have no more money. I'm like, all right, you're done. You're out.
Yeah.
That was my James Gandolfini story. And then the bar back was like, I can't fucking believe you were just playing cards with James Gandolfini. But we had that Gaslight used to get a lot of famous people in there. I met Nathan Lane in there. I met Keanu Reeves. You want to hear a great Keanu Reeves story?
Yes. Wait, first of all, what's Gaslight? That's a restaurant?
That's the name of it. It
Oh,
was
okay.
called the Gaslight.
All right.
It was like a after hours.
Oh, okay.
That's where
Very cool.
That's
hang.
where all the Mets went and got the strippers, and they all got busted.
It was on 14th and 9th.
Right. No. Yes.
Somewhere.
Yes. Right there. So Keanu Reeves comes in. It's early night. It's like 9 o'clock at night because they would have open jam. So he came in to see somebody. He's wearing a ski hat. He's got scruffed face. I can't tell. I don't.
Dirty.
Really,
He's dirty. He's a
he
dirty
looks
guy.
kind of scuzzy. So I don't notice it's him. He comes over and he goes, the bar's pretty busy. So he's standing at the bar. And I go,
He's like, could I get a drink?
Yeah.
He's
So
like,
he gets the. Hey, how are you?
yeah.
He gets like 2 drinks. It was like $16. So all of a sudden he takes out crumpled up bills and he's uncrumpling them.
Are you
and
kidding me?
Now I got the drinks in front of him and I go to him. I go, are you serious right now? I don't think it's him. I don't know it's Keanu Reeves.
Right.
So I go, get your money together. Figure it out. So now I go to the other end of the bar and I'm making drinks, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden the barback's like, that's Keanu Reeves. I'm like, yeah, okay. It's Keanu Reeves. Fucking, he gave me $17. It was 16.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about celebrities who
Wait, $16.50.
What? He tipped you 50 cents?
He tips me 50 cents. I'm like, there's no way. So I put the 50 back on the bar. Like an hour and a half later, they nursed those 2 drinks. An hour and a half later, he comes back to the bar. Now, he walks over. He goes, now I'm making him wait. So
Good.
he's like, I go, yeah. And he goes, can I get 2 drinks? I go, do you have enough money?
Oh,
Funny.
my
Oh,
God.
nice.
And he goes, I have a credit card. I go, okay. I go, it's a $20 minimum. I go, and I don't crumpled up bills. I don't take crumpled up bills. So he goes, I got a credit card. I go, I'm keeping the. I go, I give him the 2 drinks. I go, you want me to keep the tab open? He goes, yeah. I go, all right. So he gets his drinks. He goes away, and as I'm walking back, I look at the card. It says Keanu Reeves. I'm like, fuck, it's him. I used to love him.
Wow.
Did he look
Yeah.
handsome when you
No, look like a scruffy little drug addict.
Yeah,
He
I could see him
did?
looking I could see him looking like that.
Yeah.
That's-
He's skanky.
Who's
He
the guy?
comes up to
Oh, go
the
ahead.
bar afterwards to close out his tab. He doesn't get another drink, but I don't charge him for the $4, whatever, because it was $16.50. So I give him I give him the receipt, and I go, "Can I get your autograph?"
Like that.
Yes, he's got to sign. The
Yeah.
tab. I go, "Can I get your autograph?"
That's funny.
And he goes like this. He takes the pen and he goes like this. He's like looking at me. He's the whole time I was fucking with him, he was laughing. I guess he thought I knew him.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, and that when you were saying, do you have enough money?
Right, but then when I knew who he really was, then I was like, "Can I get your autograph, please?" So I was still being a dick. He signed it to me, and I grabbed the thing. I go, "I hope you have enough money for the tip on there." I go, I hope you
Okay.
took care of the tip." I go to him. He goes, "Thanks a lot," and he walks away. And I don't want to look right away, so I'm walking towards the tip.
How
to the-
much?
Left me on $16.50. Left me $20.
Oh my
that's
God.
good.
That's still nothing. He's a fucking celebrity. He could give you $100.
Okay,
Right.
wait a minute. Matt Dillon in the height of Flamingo Kid and the whole thing. I'm waiting on him. He and his friends, he had his little fat friend, the other guy, and they keep going up to the bar, and I'm the waitress for the tables. I go, "Hey guys, you have a waitress here. You don't go up and get your drinks at the bar. I get your drinks. He goes, oh, yeah, okay. And I'm getting them their drinks, and his fat friend keeps buying them at the bar and bringing them over. And Matt Dillon leaves. The fat kid, I just hear clink, clink, like change going on the thing. And 5 pennies. From Matt Dillon, Flamengo Kid, and his goddamn friends.
Yeah, I would have chased him out and said, "Was
Cheap
something wrong with
prick.
the
Yes.
meal?"
I know.
I partied with him.
You did.
I partied with him.
What does that mean?
I partied. I was at a party and we were all hanging out and
Did you smoke weed
we
with him?
smoked weed and I smoked weed with Matthew
McConaughey?
No, not Matthew McConaughey. What's
Perry?
his name? Oh God, not Perry. Actually, I was at a party with Matthew Perry in L.A. I didn't smoke pot with him. Broderick, I smoked pot with
said
Matt. Yeah.
Wow. He seems fine.
Is he the one
During
married
Ferris
to?
Bueller or after?
Sarah's.
I think it was. You know what? It was like the early '90s, and
Was
I
he
was
married to?
I don't think
Sex
so.
and the City girl?
I don't think so. I think he was dating a friend of
So
a
you
friend.
could have been her.
Probably not.
Why
Probably not. I was also at a party with John F. Kennedy Jr. and he was. Like,
I met him.
looking- He was like looking. You looked at him. I mean, I felt
He
like
was
it was
gorgeous.
your eyes would burn. It was
Yeah,
like
he
looking
was too
at the
beautiful.
sun.
And did you
No,
talk
he
to
was
him?
really good looking.
No,
I went
was
up
nervous.
to him.
Did you really?
I was bartending, and he came in with this girl, and he got his
Daryl
drinks.
Hannah.
No, I don't think it was Daryl Hannah. It was some blonde.
She didn't age well. Okay.
She didn't age well
She
at all.
looks like a man now. I don't know.
Because
what
she's
Anyway,
had too much filler. I'm sorry.
He orders the
ahead.
drink, so I come out from the bar because I know I'm not sure if it's him, but my brother goes, "That's John Jr." And I grab the drinks and I go, "Are you John?" And I had ponytails.
Oh yeah, you
and a
used to
half
wear
cut
those.
off shirt.
Oh my god.
And
From
I gave
Hee
him-
Haw.
I gave him his drinks. He had his drinks, and he left right after I said that. And then who else? The guy
I know you have to pretend you don't know who they are.
Keith
That's-
Sutherland too.
He is not good looking. Let's be honest.
Hugh
Is there-
Jackman doesn't tip.
He
He
doesn't.
doesn't?
Hugh Jackman was doing a show on Broadway, and he went to John's Pizza, and I have a bunch of friends who work up there. You know, John's in Times Square.
Yeah.
Huge place.
Yeah.
He came in and had like $63 or $64 worth of stuff with like a friend and didn't leave anything.
Was it to go? Maybe.
No, it was there. They sat and
Are
ate
you
it.
shitting me?
And they made them keep the restaurant open late for them.
That's
Oh,
not
I've had that
cool.
happen so many times
That's
to me where
not
they make
cool.
you
I
and
just
they
don't even
don't
get
tip.
it.
I think they think they're gracing your place that they don't.
I think that they've never waitered and they don't understand that you live on the tips.
Yeah.
And maybe he thinks, oh, it's a pizza place. You don't tip at a pizza place. Yes, you do.
You live in New York, though. They know. They're not stupid. That's like all like.
Yeah, I know.
That's
And
like
you-
all the people come from like different countries and like, oh, we don't
I'm
tip
not
over
watching
there. You're
another
like, fuck off.
Hugh Jack off movie
Yeah.
again.
I
Well, let me
wouldn't.
tell you, when the French would come in at Bernie's Reisdorf's place, I would say to them, is there a problem with the service? I would say it out loud in front of the entire party as they're going, oh, no, what do you mean? Why you ask me that? I go, because this tip is not at all close to what you should have left me if you were happy with the service. I go, did I do something wrong? Like, I wouldn't let him go past me. I was
Smart.
so pissed.
Did
It's
he give you
total
more money?
bullshit that they don't. That
He
they
did
say
give
they
me
don't
more,
know
but
because
he gave me $5 more, and it was like there were 12 of them. So he gave me more, but it wasn't even 10%.
I was so mean. This is what I would do if I heard an English accent or anything. They'd go, "Can we get a? I'd like a couple of beers and let me get a." I'm like on the corner. There's a bar right there, and they'd be like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "Okay, what do you want? I'm making you all beers. You're not getting no fruity drink. Fuck you." So I give him all the beers, and then he
great
left,
way to get a tip.
Yeah.
he left me 5 dimes, and I go, "Come here. Pick those up right now. Pick them up. Pick them up off my fucking bar. Pick them up." And he picks them up, and I go, "Put them in your fucking pocket." I go, "We don't tip like that in America. They're all dollars. For every drink you buy, you leave $1. That's how it works in this country."
Well, I was trying
Stayed
to,
the whole night.
They did?
explain to my in-law.
They're from
tipping.
Australia.
Yeah, and it was like.
Oh, they don't tip there?
Oh God, no! Because everything's fucking expensive. People are like, "It's so amazing in Australia. You don't have to tip anybody." I'm like, "Yeah, their wages are like $25 an hour because their taxes are freaking through the roof and everything's really.
oh.
You get a sandwich, it's like $25. Like
In Australia, really?
fucking crazy expensive. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
What
Very
kind
expensive.
of money do they use? What's the name of
Australian dollar, which
Oh,
is worth
so-
toilet paper, by the way, because they
So how
they don't
much
have anything to
$1
export.
bill to their
Right now, it's I think it's 60 cents on the dollar. 60
wow.
cents. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not good.
So it's good for
Wait,
us.
six
We'll
good
get
for
more
us,
bang
bad
yeah,
for
the
so
them.
buck.
it's like an extra half.
Yeah. Yeah, but if they came over and we went out, it was like we went out and I was like, Mom, you have to leave. Or Mom, you have to leave. Mom. Like a $10. She's like, I'm not leaving a tip. That's ridiculous. I'm like, no. Here they don't. They just get like no money to serve. And she was like, well, that's not my problem. I'm like, you sound like an American actually, but
Is this your mother-in-law?
Yeah, my mother-in-law.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then you just leave the tip.
I did. I did. I just dropped the 20 down because I was like, I don't even know how much. It's just like fucking so embarrassing. But to me, once you get educated, once one person to listen, foreigners, once one person tells you,
there are a lot of Americans.
There's not that many Americans. They're not stupid. People aren't stupid. They may think the tip is lower.
Well, there is a group of Americans that don't tip.
No. Wait. There may be people who come from. There may be a group. Yes, there may. That was very funny. There may be people who tip less. Right, because let's say they come from like the Midwest, and they're like, well, we tip like 12% out there.
No, and we tip on the subtotal, not on the total.
Yeah, I got no fight with a friend over
let's
that.
be honest, black people don't tip.
There you go.
I had
you
to say it. You know why? Because
I don't think that's true.
Oh
I
my
don't think
God,
that's true.
Even black waiters that I work with didn't want to serve black tables because they knew they get nothing.
They give you nothing. I used to work my bar, and whenever my brother would have like a black, he'd be like, I need a bartender tonight. I'm like, what kind of party is it? It's a private party. Yeah. And I'd be like, what kind of party is it?
What kind of music are they playing?
Right. And then I'd go to him, all right, if it's a black party, I want an extra $100 because I know I'm not going to get tipped.
Really?
And they would come to the bar.
Oh, yeah, you're being
and at
too
the
nice.
end of the night,
100% true.
At the end of the night, I would pick up Hennessy bottles off the floor because they would bring the Hennessy in, and they'd come in and go, yeah, let me get a Coke. I'm like, all right, $9. A Coke is $9? I'm like, yeah, because I know you got your Hennessy somewhere.
Well, the thing is, I think times have changed a bit, and I think things are evening
I'm
out.
going
When
back 20 years
But I will.
ago.
This is the
when
thing,
I
though.
worked in Brooklyn, the black people always tipped in Brooklyn. But that
I
was
think
like
we're
15 years
treading
ago.
on some very.
I
thin
agree,
ice.
Yeah, but
Marla
ask
Schultz,
it. You can
I-
take a survey right now of servers, and they'll say 100%. Anybody who's worth it, like at least 10 years ago or more would know. Yeah, that's
I was
kind of a
gonna
stereotype.
say
It's true.
more like, for me, it was more like 20 years ago. So I don't know. Maybe they got the memo.
Gil, are you still listening? If you're still listening,
No one else has left.
Maybe
any-
they got
Gil's
the memo.
gone.
Do we still
And
have
then maybe they
people-
tip now. I'm sure regular, regular older black people probably tip. But the young kids that were like 21, they weren't tipping.
yeah,
I
totally.
don't know about that. I'm going to have to disagree on that. from
I
my
still think
waitressing
we're
experience.
we're treading on some
Oh, he says like
some
what?
thin
What's-
ice.
Gil
I
there?
agree.
No, he's not there. Well, I want to know. Anybody's a server.
But you know what? It's so great. If I go to Europe, and I've gone a lot. I love to travel, and I always leave a tip. But then if the service is really shitty, specifically in Paris, I'm like,
You just don't leave it?
I'm like,
Yeah, but they're still making a lot of money.
But they
Right.
know that it's not expected.
Right.
When it's
Right.
not expected, then you're not really screwing them.
or they sometimes they tack on this service charge.
That they
20
do.
Yes.
Yeah. When I went to Italy, when we were in high school, they added all this shit at the end
Right.
of the thing, and so we were tipping, not realizing that we were already tipping.
Yep.
Yeah, they would
Correct.
put it on.
But when you're expecting it, like for your salary,
Sure.
yeah. But if they don't really get it anyway, what's the big deal?
Yeah, but you
don't
know what
have
one
to
of the
leave it.
problems is in Australia? They don't hustle. Unless you go to a really good restaurant, they don't care. I mean, they're not going to rush. Like Joe and I went and we would sit in a restaurant and be like the only table. And
That's
you're like,
why
can,
you tip
can
'em up
somebody? No, they don't.
What city?
In Melbourne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you would just sit there and be like, I mean, this guy's
That's
not
why
fucking
you
move.
tip them up
You know,
front.
Carrie Carruthers.
No, that's bullshit. What I'm
No.
saying, they're making like $25-$30 an
so
hour.
you give them an extra $10, and then they run.
No, that's not true.
Joe
These
Starr.
don't give a shit.
Joe Starr, that's the Long Island way. Joe Starr goes, want to see me get good service all night long? I was at some Tuxedo Junction. He orders a beer or whatever he's drinking. He puts a 20 down, and then he goes to him, and keep the rest. And I'm like, wow, that's a big tip for me. He goes, now watch. And then the guy goes, that one's on me, and this one's on me.
Yeah,
And all
I
of
did.
a
I used to
sudden-
do that when I would go out.
Yeah,
I give
yeah.
Absolutely.
I tip prior, but then I remember one time I did it to this girl. I think we had like 10 of us there, and I gave her $50 right up front. You think she fucking hustled and came back? No, not at all. I was actually really angry.
I would have been like, give me back.
Yeah,
where's
well,
my
I pretty
change?
much I pretty much evened out what the tip was at the end. I was
Smart.
like minus the 50. Screw you. I was
Wow.
so pissed.
Wow.
I can't stand it when you're in a situation and you're like looking forward to a good night and all this stuff, and then you get hit with shitty service.
Sure.
you just want to punch their lights out. You know what I mean? At least.
Or what about the friend when you go to like a group brunch and you have the friends who are like, okay, listen, we gotta go. So here's 20, and thank you so much. It was a great time. And you're like, you owe like 45. That's without any tip, right? And you're always like, what? How could you? Yeah.
Do you know the proper way is to ask for a separate check?
Yeah.
And that's what all the rich people do is they say, let me have a separate check.
Wait, why is that proper? I hated when I was
I
a
watched
waitress.
Michael Bolton do that with 2 women. It was him and 2 women, and they all got a separate check.
Oh.
To me, when I was
not
busy,
right.
when I'm running around like a nut, and I'd have all tables, and it's a brunch, and I'm going crazy, and they go separate checks, I'm like,
Yeah,
I
but
know it sucks.
No. It's like
but
if you're
it's
not
bad, it's
everybody, but when you're gonna leave early,
they
you should get a
literally,
separate
a
check.
party of 15 made me give them separate checks in the middle of the busiest
Then the
dinner.
restaurant should have a policy against that. You can't
Or
do it.
they
You can't
have
split
like
a
a-
check more than 3 ways or something
Or
like
have
that.
a prefix and just say if you're more than 15 people, you should. It's all going to be X. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't believe we're talking about this. Let's go back to
I
talking about
think
black
it's time
people.
we wrap this show up anyway.
What time
Are we
is
done?
it, Adam?
Oh my God!
Oh, we are?
Seriously, we've been talking.
See,
What did
girls
we fucking
can
talk
chat
about?
and
We
chat.
talked about fat vaginas. We talked about Meghan Markle.
Not
We talked
enough.
not enough. I know. I would have talked about Meghan Markle more.
I thought it was
Mother's
a
Day-
good enough talk of Meghan Markle.
We-
I was happy with that.
If we had more time, I would have talked about the transplanting a human head, which they're doing now. But I
That's
don't know if
not
we have
true.
time.
That's an urban legend.
That is.
That's on Snopes.
Yes.
Is that really
Yeah.
not true?
Yes.
You're
Yes,
so
Patty.
old.
Yeah.
I am old.
Unless
Yeah.
you've had your head fucking severed. and
No,
put
they
back
said
on.
they've done it on animals.
Yeah,
though.
okay, no.
No? Kevin gave me that information.
All right,
Well,
Kevin,
he's
how about
lying
getting
to
her the
you.
information to the town hall to get that ring on her finger?
Yes.
And then I was going to talk about, if we have 2 minutes left, Joey Cola put something up on his thing talking about, does humor make you have a shorter lifespan? Did you see that? Did you see his
No.
post?
I did, but you have to read the whole article.
I read the whole article, and it was the raw. I
It
disagreed
says
with it. That's
that
right. Go ahead.
you do drugs and you're out all night and you're smoking and you're doing, and it's going to put.
So the comedy lifestyle, not the humor.
Yeah, well, and so what they said was, humor actually doesn't give you a longer lifespan. It gives you a shorter lifespan. Like whoever wrote the article was stupid because
Was it in the Times?
humor,
It's always
of
in the
course,
Times.
gives you a better life. And they say, well, comics are depressed and they're this and they're that. And what if comics didn't tell jokes? Maybe we would have blown our brains out a million years ago.
Then we'd have a shorter
No,
lifespan for sure.
I think the idiot tried to. It's about the lifestyle that they had in the clubs with the smoking and the drinking and the drugging.
Yes, but not everybody does that. I like
Just the people that have died.
But I do
know.
think
That's
that's stressful. Like I have to say, even now, especially having a kid or whatever, like watching her and then going out to like cooking dinner and then eating dinner really fast and then hustling out the door
And saying
to
good night. Sorry, I can't be here to tuck you in
yeah.
because I'm a fucking.
Yeah, because I have to go do a free podcast and pay a toll to come in and do it.
And
That's
sit in
yeah,
traffic
that's
for
it.
2.5 hours
Because I
to
love
get
my
here.
friends and I
So
want to do it.
here's the moral to the story, folks. Make sure you click subscribe on our iTunes. We need to make money. This is done. Look at we can't even pay these girls.
We don't even have a cough
But
button.
I would never accept payment to be with the three of you. Seriously, you guys
Oh, I would.
are
I would.
three of my
I would too.
favorite
Darling, you know we
people.
love
Thank you. It was
I
fun.
love all of you. You guys are like
We love you too.
comedy
That's why you're back.
goddesses. Thank
Okay.
you. A year
Pleasure.
fucking
Me too.
later.
Tell us where
So
you're going to
we
be this weekend.
This weekend, I'm at Dangerfield's Thursday night in New York City, and then May 21st through the 28th, I'm at the Oak City Comedy Festival, which is the Raleigh, Durham,
Oh, I wanna
North
know about that.
Carolina. Their first
comedy
ever,
festival?
They're having a first
There
ever
goes the hand.
festival. Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay,
And
yeah.
I'm going to be at Governor's on Thursday. McGuire's, which is part of Governor's, out in Bohemia on Thursday night.
Very nice.
And Saturday night, I'm going to be at the comic strip here, 2
Nice.
shows, and Dangerfield's 2 shows. So I'm
Very
gonna be
nice.
doing a ping pong ballish.
I'll be Friday night. I'll be doing Tom Shalhoub's show on Fox, and
Oh, he's
Saturday.
back
Oh,
on
it
that?
wasn't on TV
It's
It's
anymore.
not. It's a rate. Some streamed something.
Go
Just
ahead.
look up Tom Shalhoub Fox, and I'll be on at the Comedy Cellar on Saturday night.
Nice.
Love you.
And I'm not working, and I sound like a loser.
No, you're enjoying your life actually, and being
Actually,
stress free and
put
having a
yourself
longer
up on-
lifespan.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, excellent. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to us. Love us on Chick Chat Comedy on Facebook.
And leave a review if you like the show. Leave a review. That helps us.
Right.
Maybe we'll
And
make
we
money
want
one
to
day.
thank Adam Hineker from the Rec Room and
Thank you,
Comic
Adam.
Strip Live.
Yes.
And giant hands, giant hands.
Giant hands, man hands,
Yay.
giant hands. And the Comic Strip Live for having us every week. Thank you, Jeannie.
Ooh,
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye.